Shit, damn a countdown. We're just gonna go in right now.
Well, hi everyone.
Hey, what you sipping on, man? You got some Pepsi there?
Yeah, got Pepsi Max Cherry.
Ooh, man, the caffeine. Yeah, the caffeine that had my heart jumping like this, bro. I can't handle a lot of caffeine, man.
Really?
Yeah, unless it's Zoa. Now Zoa's got, I guess, because it's natural caffeine, so the Zoa doesn't mess me up that bad. But that shit right there, it had me like, I'll be like having the shakes and shit, you know.
I don't know if we can get Zoa over here. Actually, I've never seen it anywhere.
Well, actually, even here, they don't sell it here no more either. Like, you have to go to certain stores. Well, they'll have it like in the clearance rack, but yeah, I don't know what happened with Zoa. I don't know if they just, the Rock's management team just fell out with distributors or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
But it's a waste. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
All right. So,
but it's good.
Yeah, for sure, man. All right. So, we're going to go ahead and get into it. So, y'all, if y'all just joining in, got my man Mike here from Did You See That? All right. So, I'm not even going to say he a guest. Damn it. This is family. All right. You're family. Right. You've been here plenty of times. So, if you don't know Mike by now, shame on you. Get off my channel and don't come back. All right. But even if you do know Mike, all right, I've left the link to the channel in the description, so check it out. Mike from Did You See That? Talks Back to the Future. Does a lot of like traveling videos and stuff, man. Legos, concerts, you name it, man. The man does it all. All right, got our first. Hey guys, exploitation was good, fam. You in for a treat? Cause we about to talk some Arnold here. All right. All right. So just to show you what I'm talking about, I'm gonna go ahead and play the little trailer, and then we're gonna get into it.
Let's party.
Day of Doom is here!
Incredible adventurer of all. The Barbarian.
Nice.
All right. So this is your first time watching both movies, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So today we're doing a double feature review. First, we're talking Conan the Barbarian, Arnold's first starring role. So prior to this movie, he's done some TV stuff. He did a documentary, Pumping Iron, which kind of put him on the map. That made Hollywood say, "Hey, we can take this guy and put him in a movie or two. Just let's get him to talk a little bit better English." Okay. So Conan was his first starring vehicle, and you can tell they didn't have much confidence in the man's dialect because he has like almost no lines in the movie. He's probably got like maybe 15 or 20 lines in the whole movie. But I got a confession to make though. The first time I watched this movie, I did not like it. Because so this movie spawned a sequel, Conan the Destroyer, which came out 2 years later. And Conan the Destroyer was more almost kid-friendly. So it had more action, it had a more faster pace, and it wasn't as serious as Barbarian. So I watched Destroyer first when I was 5 years old. I was entertained by it. I loved it. And then when I saw Conan the Barbarian, I said, this shit's kind of boring. As a kid, I said, this movie's boring. It's nothing really going on. He doesn't really talk. I don't like this. So I didn't appreciate this until I got a little older. And now, as an 80-year-old man, like, this is one of my favorite Arnold joints, man. I love this movie, man. James Earl Jones, Tulsa Doom, Arnold, though he doesn't say a lot, man, just his, just the acting that he does, like those physicality. I love it, man. So, without further ado, Mike, what did you think about Conan the Barbarian? Overall thoughts?
Yeah, I was very intrigued to check this one out because I've heard so much about it, and I know my older brother, like, he's a big Arnold Schwarzenegger fan. But yeah, bro, like, after watching it for the first time, I can safely say it was all right. And okay. I know we've kind of talked a little bit privately and stuff, but yeah, I think there's definitely hi, Exploitation. Hope you're doing good.
So
hey Soph, how you doing?
Sophie, how you doing, girl? 2 films I have not seen. What? Yeah, you got to get on those quick. Well, we're getting into spoilers, so if you don't mind spoiling it, cool. But you know, if you don't mind, then stick around. Okay, I watched Fire and Ice yesterday. Had me thinking of, oh yeah, that's the animated joint. Yeah, this is an animated
Okay.
Barbarian type. Yeah, because back then, this is during the Sword and Sorcerer era. So you had movies like The Beastmaster, Excalibur, Dragon Slayer, but all of these came after Conan. Like Conan really kicked off, the what they call the Sword and Sandals, type films. So yeah, I actually owned that movie Fire and Ice, so I never seen it. Wasn't the Hercules in New York before Conan? That doesn't count though. That Hercules in New York does not count. All right, he wasn't even Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was Arnold Strong, and they dubbed his voice. All right, so yeah, Hercules in New York does not count. Yeah,
that was his first ever role, though, right?
Hercules in New York, I believe so. Yeah, that was 1970. So he wasn't even Mr. Olympia yet. But yeah, that doesn't count.
Hey, Jason.
Jason, what's good, fam? All right, Mike, we'll go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Yeah, I've never seen Hercules in New York, by the way, so I've not heard good things about that one.
Nah, it's not good. Not good. I mean, it's a comedy. It's played for laughs, but it's terrible, bro.
I've heard.
Yeah.
But yeah, with Conan, I thought it was an alright movie. Like, I think definitely James Earl Jones is the best part of that movie. And your impressions of him the other day.
Yes, steel is strong, but flesh is stronger. What good is steel as compared to the hand that wields it? All right, look at you, the strength you have, the dedication in your body. I give you this. What a waste. Contemplate this on the tree of woe. Crucify him.
Just such a great voice, though. So I'm not surprised. But I definitely think it was the best part. I think definitely you were saying about them just showing off Arnie for like his muscles. That's basically what this movie was, without talking much.
Right.
But to be fair though, like he was massive, and even when he come to Commando, even then he's just huge. So I'm not really surprised, especially like that time of the 80s. You might be able to comment a bit more than myself, but was there many people known for like being big physiques or like big muscly men in Hollywood? I don't think there was there?
Well, Arnold was the first one, so Arnold made everybody step their game up because prior to Arnold, Clint Eastwood was probably the standard as far as masculinity. No, I'm serious. Clint Eastwood was the standard for masculinity at the time. And then Arnold came, with the never before seen physique. This guy was 7-time Mr. Olympia. So when he came, everybody had to step their game up, especially Sly. You know what I'm saying? Sly was like, fuck, now I got to hit the gym. So Arnold was the first one. He was like the OG of that.
Right.
Yeah.
But you can tell though, because like nowadays you have actors who really, buff up for movie roles.
Mm-hmm.
But like back then, as you were saying, like Arnie was the first ever one. So straight away, Hollywood's going to take notice and be like, "Who's this guy?"
Right.
Like he looks like he's going to mess someone up, kind of thing. And like even Conan in here, like you were saying before, he doesn't speak much in this movie, but straight away when you see him, you're like, "Oh shit, I'm not going next to him," And I love that,
and let's not forget, it's a revenge tale. So the movie starts out with Conan getting a lecture from his father about the riddle of steel, and his whole village gets massacred. His father, his mom's gets decapitated, and they take him as a slave. So with the rest of the kids that was left, he was the sole survivor. Because if you notice, they was pushing that big whatever it was, and by the end, he was the last one standing. And now he's like fully grown, and so he goes from slave to gladiator to thief to king. All in one movie. You know what I mean? So dope ass revenge tale, but of course, like I said at the time, I didn't appreciate it because I just thought it was slow as hell. But now, to me now, this shit is a masterpiece, and even the music, and I think the music is what really drives it. The music drives the movie by itself, you know what I mean? Like the score, what'd you think about the score?
Oh, the score is awesome. Definitely one of the highlights of the movie. Like it made you feel like you were in that timepiece.
Right.
Yeah, like one thing I didn't get, and correct me if I'm wrong here, But that first opening scene when he's talking to his pops on like the top
Mhm.
of the mountain or wherever they are, like it clearly looks like it's a green screen.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But then the set locations that they use is all snowy.
Yeah.
And I was like, why not just use one of those set locations to have that conversation instead of a green screen?
Maybe because because when you're dealing with natural elements, sometimes it's hard to get the shot. Because I guess they wanted that shot specifically, that close up. And sometimes nature will mess your shot up, whether it's the
Right.
lighting or the way it looks or whatever. So yeah, the green screen was definitely noticeable,
Right.
especially if you watch it in Blu-ray. You know what I mean?
Definitely was.
Okay, you don't mind spoil? Okay. So watch marathon.
Oh.
Jason really wants me to watch The Running Man. Oh yeah, I got that for you too, Mike. Coming up.
Right.
Yeah, next Arnold double feature is going to be The Running Man and hey, well, you seen Predator, right? The first Predator.
No.
Okay, so the Running Man and Predator will be next. Oh my goodness!
Wait.
For some reason, I just assumed because I was like, damn, of all the Arnold movies, I know you've seen Predator and you've seen the Terminator also, right?
I've seen
The first Terminator.
I've seen all the Terminators apart from I think one of the spin-offs.
Okay. So all right, so no need to go back and watch the OG. Oh,
Hey,
hold up, Jamie, what's up, girl? Yes,
Hey.
I can't wait for your review for Return of the Jedi. I don't know if she dropped it already. I know she said it was coming soon, but I definitely want to see her. Or she hasn't dropped it yet. Okay,
I think so.
Yeah, I want to check that out. Hey, okay, all right.
Hey, getting a lot of love in the chat.
Yeah, look, yo, they all come from your channel, man. So I appreciate them coming over here and showing my channel some love.
Right.
Right.
I don't think Richard can't do any impression. He does them all.
There's some I tried doing Denzel. I can't do Denzel Washington. I can't do Eddie Murphy. I can't do Eddie Murphy. There's some people that I cannot do.
Wow. Okay.
But I could do it. Me and Bill. I could do it. Me and Bill Cosby though. So for those of you that wonder, yes, I can't do a me and Bill Cosby doll. Because one thing I can say is that when you watch the movie, you watch it not for just entertainment purposes, but you watch it to learn something new. Now! Okay. Oh, man. Okay, Arnold was just thanks, man. Arnold was just a bodybuilder who moved to California. Someone saw him and gave him the role of Hercules based off his looks. He didn't know how to act. Yeah, you can clearly see it. That movie is, if you're like a diehard Arnold fan, then check it out. But nothing that I would say like rush out and see. Like, yeah, you guys see Hercules in New York. Hell no. Lou Ferrigno, what about him? I love Lou Ferrigno. He's no Arnold, but I love Lou Ferrigno. Okay, Kindergarten Cop is my favorite Arnie film. It's the one I grew up watching. I actually watched that on Jacob's channel for the first time a few months ago. He had me watch Kindergarten Cop because that's the one I said I wasn't a fan of at the time. But I liked it more now that I'm an old man and I'm, saying? Because back then I couldn't handle Arnold in comedies because I'm used to seeing him do shit like he does in Conan and Commando. All right. Arnold is what's the word I could use for him? He's a butcher. You know what I mean? So seeing him with a bunch of kids and stuff like, I was like, I don't want to see that shit. But now, I really enjoy Kindergarten Cop now.
I don't think I've ever seen that movie.
Kindergarten Cop, yeah, it's a cute little comedy. I think Pumping Iron really got him noticed in Hollywood and helped him get the definitely. Yeah, you got to see it. If you're an Arnold fan, you definitely got to watch Pumping Iron. That movie, that documentary was because it was about his last Mr. Olympia, his second last Mr. Olympia, and he went up against Lou Ferrigno, who was like a favorite to win because Lou Ferrigno was like 6'5", 275, but Arnold, he was a 6-time champion, but Lou Ferrigno was favored to win. And Arnold used psychological warfare and just, psyched the man out, came in, crushed it, you know what I'm saying? And the rest is history.
Yeah, I've only ever seen the spin-off Predator movies.
Okay.
So I've seen The Predators,
and
I've seen, was it The Predator?
The Predator, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've only ever seen those two movies.
Okay, so you haven't seen the Alien versus Predator movies either?
Nah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, I think we're gonna call this segment. We're gonna call this Mike Ain't Seen Shit. Next episode on Mike Ain't Seen Shit.
It's true.
Yeah. Lou's a big dude in movies before. No, he was not. No, I'm gonna stop you right there, my man. Lou Ferrigno was okay. TV, yes, because Lou Ferrigno got his big break in The Incredible Hulk. All right, which I love, but that was it. Lou Ferrigno's acting career in movies, it was over before it began. He did like 2 Hercules movies, which bombed, and then he did a Sinbad movie, and then that was it. And a couple of B movies.
I'm just on my laptop because I'm gonna have to look who he is. I don't know who he is.
Oh, you never heard of Lou Ferrigno? Yeah, he's the original Incredible Hulk.
Oh, really?
Yeah, before CGI, we had Lou Ferrigno.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Arnie and Junior is one of the very, I refuse to watch Junior. Sorry. I will never watch that movie. I'm a fan, but I will not
never
watch
seen
that.
Junior.
Yeah.
But I know he's pregnant.
I can't do that. I can't do it. But yeah, so why are you looking up Lou Ferrigno? So yeah, Conan, the musical score was epic.
Yeah.
And
It was.
yeah, and besides the James L. Jones character, Tulsa Doom, which was a badass villain, even though he had that bad wig on, Valeria. Valeria. That's the kind of woman that you want on your team. Valeria had his back from the beginning. Okay. She fought off demons like when he died or whatever, when they hung him on the tree of woe. She cut him down. She fought demons off, sacrificed herself. So listen, you can have me. I will pay this debt with my soul just to save his. Came back from the dead to help him. You know, do you want to live forever? Yo, that's the kind of woman every man prays for, man. Unfortunately, not all of us get that. Okay. Nah.
That's true though, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a woman like that, you're gonna do anything to not let her go.
Right.
Right.
Okay,
Put a
so
ring on that.
What's that?
Put a ring on that.
Yeah, what? Man, I'll wipe that up quick. All right. So I know you said the film was all right. Okay, so to you, what do you think could have made the movie? What do you think would have improved it? Like, okay, if they only would have did this or did that, this movie would have been a lot better.
I think for me it was like the pacing. Now, and don't get me wrong, like I like a slow-paced movie, but I just feel like it took a little bit too long to get into, especially like after that first scene opens up and his mum gets her head chopped off. Right. I was like, oh, here we go. I was like, I'm in, you know. But then it just took like its time to get to the point, and I think like I would have liked to see more of James Earl Jones' character, Tulsa Doom, because he was the best part of the movie.
Right.
But I feel, I don't know. I just feel like it maybe could have done with like maybe 10, 20 minutes chopped off. Just tighten it up a bit.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it does come to a halt. Like after, okay, so from the beginning up until the gladiator scene, when he becomes a gladiator, after that, it just comes to a screeching halt almost.
Right.
And it just kind of coasts. But that first act, that first part of the movie, the first act of the movie was flawless. Flawless.
I loved it.
Yeah, that gladiator scene was crazy. Yeah. And then of course he meets a couple of friends on the way. What's his name? The wizard guy. And then the other, I think he's like Hawaiian or something like that. The surfer guy, he meets him. But yeah, it does kind of slow down. A couple of bizarre scenes also when he meets the one chick. He meets the one chick who seduces him, and then she becomes like a witch, werewolf type thing or whatever.
Yeah. I noticed that. It's like throughout this movie, he's making out with quite a lot of women, and then that's it. I was like, how has this turned to her being a werewolf?
Yeah. Yeah, she's like werewolf, witch, something. Yeah. He gets a lot of cutting in this movie, doesn't he? Yeah, he gets a lot of women, man. You know, like this is the kind of character that, you know, as a man, you kind of look up to, like, damn, you know, I want to be like that. You know, big, strong, badass. You know, gets a lot of women. You know, and I love the one scene where he's just sitting there like Indian style, right? And then the guy actually says, "Conan, what is best in life? Crush your enemies. See them driven before you, and the limitation of the women." Ah, very good.
Yeah.
It takes a couple of times to understand what the fuck he said, but
that's Arnold for you.
Yeah, it took me a couple of times, man. Okay, I read that comment already. Yeah, I'm not watching Junior. True Lou was in TV. Fair point. Yeah. Now, as the Hulk, Lou Ferrigno was like that. That was my guy, man. But like, my lovely, what have you actually seen?
Some films. I mean, I've been going through a few, and I've got like some cinema tickets I'm going to go through and stuff at some point.
Okay.
But,
Okay. I think you're supposed to do a bunch of Conan movies, but they changed the director. Yeah. So with the second movie, right? Yeah, the same director was supposed to do the second movie, but Universal Studios said, well, listen, if we're gonna put out a second movie, we have to compete with the movies that's doing good in the box office. Like at the time you had E.T., Poltergeist, like these PG films are doing really well, and here it is, this R-rated, barbarian film. So okay, let's lighten it up a little bit, make it not as violent, make it a little bit more kid friendly. Even the music sounds a little bit more upbeat, more like heroic. You know what I mean? Like a superhero joint. So
okay.
though the second movie is not bad, but compared to the first one, it feels out of place. Like it doesn't belong with the first movie. It feels like a disjointed series. So yeah, he was supposed to do a few Conan movies, but after the second movie flopped, they never did it.
I didn't know there was a second movie until I looked it up before the stream.
Yeah.
I just know that they made a remake with Jason Momoa.
Oh god, that was terrible. That was terrible. No, but yeah, the second movie's entertaining. Yeah, it's entertaining. But being that you said this one was okay, you might like the second one more because it has more. Like I said, it's faster paced, more action. It has more. Yeah, it's got Grace Jones. Jesus, Grace Jones. Wilt Chamberlain is in there. Andre the Giant. He plays a creature. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I never knew Andre did acting.
Yeah. Yeah. Andre was in. He was in a couple of movies. Yeah, he did. Most noticeably, Princess Bride. He was in the Princess Bride movie.
Never seen it.
Never seen it. Okay.
No.
That could be a game show. So if you gotta guess, I'll tell you, I'm gonna name this series. Mike ain't seen shit. On the next episode, we're gonna be talking The Running Man and Predator.
I think that's a very fitting title.
Yeah,
it really is.
The live streams. But you know what? But that's good though. I love introducing classics to people that haven't seen it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I love this shit.
Well, the funny thing is, Richard, I know like a while ago you were saying to me, like, "Oh, Mike, I've got a great idea for your channel to do those like kind of first time reacts to movies, right?
Right.
But like those people that do those videos, fair play to them. But like I can't do those reactions because when I'm watching the movie, I'm just like,
yeah.
I'm just like that, for like 2 hours or however long it's on for.
Right.
So like, no one wants to see that.
Oh yeah. And sometimes you can tell they're putting on like, oh my god, he just sliced his finger off. But now when I did the first reaction with Jamie, right, I could tell because I'm watching her the whole time, and I could tell her reaction was genuine, especially when Luke got his hand chopped off. Right, we watched Empire Strikes Back, and I'm looking at her. Right, she was like, wait, is he dreaming or did he just lose a hand? I said, no, his hand got cut off. He just lost, like, she couldn't believe, like, he just lost his hand. I said, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Like, so that's a real reaction. Whereas other YouTubers would have been like, oh no, his hand got cut off. Ah, like, shut up, man. You faking, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't do that.
Yeah. Red Sonja is not part of the Barbarian series, but I guess it's in the same universe. And actually, Conan was supposed to be part of Red Sonja, but something with the licensing or whatever that they couldn't use Conan, so they had to change the name of the character. So he's playing Conan, but he had to go by a different name in the movie Red Sonja.
I've never seen that one, but I've seen the poster, and it looks exactly like Conan.
Yeah, something with licensing or whatever that they couldn't use Conan. So and Red Sonja was a piece of shit too. That movie was trash.
Wow,
it was trash. Yo, it's almost like your Red Sonja. The Conan is almost like Supergirl to Superman. All right, if you've seen Superman the movie, you've seen Supergirl, the same kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is Mike going to take?
No.
Are you going to take Raw Deal and Red Heat? Oh, okay.
Raw Deal. I would spare you Raw Deal because Raw Deal was terrible. Red Heat. Okay. I might give you something with Red Heat. Red Heat was pretty decent. That was a buddy cop movie that Arnold did with Jim Belushi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he plays a Russian cop who looks like it looks like he was doing an impression of Ivan Drago. Like when you watch Red Heat, you're like, dude, he's acting like Drago right here.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I think I'll have you get on that one. Okay, I know Arnie was in it, but apparently he cannot be called Conan. Yeah, I was just saying that. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But Red Sonja was terrible though, man. Jamie Lee's reaction about Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She was like flabbergasted. Like, did he just lose a hand? I said, yes, he did. He's not dreaming. His hand's gone bye. Jamie was funny when she talked about Luke. Yeah,
I love that video.
That's why I'm looking forward to Return of the Jedi, because I'm pretty sure. I don't know. For me, like that movie makes me drop a couple of tears, man. Every time I watch Return of the Jedi, I always I'm a big water bag, man. I'm just a sensitive ass dude like that. Yeah. And then speaking of which, yeah, well, not no tearjerker moments in this movie, but just that satisfaction. You get that satisfaction at the very end where Conan is face to face with Tulsa Doom, and he's going through the whole spiel of, my child, you've come to me. Think about it. Who would you be without me? You know, the strength that you have, everything that you are, is because of me, my son. He's channeling his inner Darth Vader, my son. And Conan kind of thought about it like, oh, wait a minute. Like, yeah, he had to snap out of that shit real quick, chopped his head off, held the head for everybody to see, and then threw that shit.
Right. Oh, badass moment.
I love that, man. And even when he got back at the guys, his Tulsa Doom's little cronies or whatever, when he got those guys back, like especially the guy with the hammer, he got him the worst. Remember that? When he set up that trap, when he hit the helmet with the hammer, the thing came and went through him.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was
awesome.
Oh yeah. So yeah, so you know what? I'm gonna be bold enough to say that I think that if you give this movie multiple viewings, I think you will like it even more.
Yeah, I think for a first time watch, and I think just coming off Commando as well. Like Commando we'll get to, but I love that movie.
Okay.
So like after watching that and then going to Conan, I was like, wow, like it was big difference.
Right.
You know?
Okay, so you watch Commando first and then Conan.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, listen, I say wait about maybe a few months or whatever and try watching Conan again. I think you'll have a new appreciation for it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you will, man, because that movie just has so many iconic moments. You know, like I said, the climax was awesome when they fought that giant snake. When they went and stole the little jewel or whatever, and they fought that snake or whatever, and just so many great moments, man. Yo, when Tulsa Doom turned this snake into a fucking arrow and shot Valeria with it, that was crazy, man.
Like the movie definitely had a lot going for it, and like a lot of kind of stuff that they did maybe in like later movies from this. You know, like I can definitely see like about the snakes, like turn into weapons. There's a lot of movies now where they have like those kind of powers, or they'll say the powers and do the same kind of thing now. So yeah, I can definitely see this movie's inspired a lot of other ones. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, and let me ask you, what did you think about when he turned into a snake himself? When Tulsa Doom turned into a snake?
I kind of didn't expect it, because I know throughout there's obviously that kind of symbol they've got with the two snakes or whatever. I didn't expect him to turn into one. Yeah. So when it happened, I was like, "What the fuck's this?"
Yeah. Now, mind you, I'm a 5-year-old, 6-year-old kid watching this, and I'm like, okay, I think I'm a little scared.
Right.
Yeah, so I think I'm scared. So I'm gonna go into the next room, and I'm gonna come back when this shit's over with. Yeah, that was but yo, pretty good effects though, because mind you, this is made back in '82, so pretty good effects there.
Yeah. I like action movies. Yeah, we're going to get into one in a second as well.
All right. So so wrapping up our Conan talk. So personally, this is me personally. I give Conan an A, and the reason why I can't give it an A plus is like you said, that pacing sometimes, like after the Gladiator stuff, the pacing gets really slow, and so when I watch a person, I kind of fast forward a little bit. And then I get to where, he meets Valeria, and then they try to rob, when they robbed Tulsa Doom, which was another funny scene where they caught Conan. Remember, he was trying to infiltrate and act like he was one of the snake people. And they caught him. They beat him all up and shit. So he's sitting there all bloodied, and he's like, you break into my house, you killed my pets, and that I cannot go for. He raised that snake. He's like, you killed my mother, you killed my father, you killed my people. You took my father's sword. Yo, and Mike, he just brushed it off like, oh, yes, must have been when I was a young man.
Yeah.
Like, he just, like, oh, I did kill your people, huh? Like, I'm talking about you killing my snake, and I slaughtered your whole fucking village.
he literally did. Yeah, that opening scene was awesome.
Yeah.
Because at the time, I didn't like when I was watching it. I was like, oh, it's just gonna let like Arnold and his mum go, you know, because she held up the sword and was like kind of going against him as such.
Right.
Then when he turned around, and just went. I was like, whoa.
Off with her head. Yeah, you just see that head drop, and then you see her hand leave his, and you're like, he just killed his moms.
Yeah, because like as the child actor, he's like that, isn't he? Like holding his hand like that, and he's like in shock.
Right.
When it happens, he's like that because obviously the hand just dropped. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, and he didn't cry for any emotion, which that comes in later in the movie when Valeria dies, and the friend was like, why are you crying? He's like, because he is Conan, a Samaritan. He won't cry, so I cry for him. Yeah. So you'll never see Conan cry, but he has feelings. If you hurt him, he will fuck you up. Just ask that camel that you knocked out.
Right. Maybe in the sequel.
Yeah, or he knocks out a camel in the sequel too. Yeah. Okay, if you want a fun, silly sorcery movie, check out Deathstalker. I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen Deathstalker 2.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I might have to leave. I haven't heard of that one either. That was a pretty good beheading. Yes, it was very, very clean. You didn't even see any. You didn't even see any blood. Just the head dropped.
Right. Right. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, and Tulsa Doom has some funny moments too, like that same scene where Conan says like, "Dave, like you killed all my people," and he was like, the riddle of steel. He's like, "Yeah, the riddle of steel." He said, "Yes, you know it, don't you, boy?" When steel is strong, but flesh is strong. He's like, look around you. He said, "Up there," and then the girl standing up. He's like, come to me, my child," and she just drops. See, that is strength. That is power. I'm like, damn. Tulsa Doom's a bad motherfucker.
But even with the cheesy dialogue, James Earl Jones just makes it work in that movie.
Yeah, listen, good point. You can give James Earl Jones the stupidest line ever, but just because of his voice, he can make that shit sound epic. Right. Like something as stupid as okay, the next line is, you're gonna go in there. I'm gonna go and get a piece of fried chicken. I'm about to go into the kitchen, and I'm going to grab me a piece of succulent fried chicken. Like, damn. All I said was say, I'm gonna go get a piece of fried chicken, and you say like, damn, that's epic.
Right.
Only James Earl Jones can play that shit off, man. Don't ask about the fried. I don't know why I thought about fried chicken. I guess because I had that earlier today.
Oh man.
Yeah. All right. So A is what I got for Conan the Barbarian. Okay, cool. But for the poster, I give it an A+. Okay, the poster gets an A+. The soundtrack gets an A++++++. That's one of the illest soundtracks ever fucking made. Yeah, but the movie itself, A for me. Well, what about you? What grade would you give it?
So I've kind of like started to do like star ratings on my reviews now. Okay. So out of 5, I would maybe give it between a 2.5 to a 3.
Out of 5?
Like to a 3 between those two. I think it's because, as I say, like the soundtrack's awesome. James Earl Jones awesome. Even Arnold, for like kind of one of his first roles, was pretty good. Like, it definitely utilized his like strength and his physique to make him look menacing, which he was. I think I just want to need another rewatch because after I watched Commando, I was on like such a high.
Definitely.
I'm still thinking about that movie today. Like, I loved it.
Yeah, Commando was down. I told you, man, Commando was a fun ride. It was a fun ride. So, okay, two or 3 out of 5. Okay, I can respect that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's definitely you could tell it's an old film because some films, even though they're old, they have like a timelessness to it. You know what I'm saying? And Conan definitely has the pacing of an 80s movie. You're like, yeah, that shit is a little slow. All right, so I get that. But this next movie we're talking about, Commando, I think even 20 years from now, this movie's still gonna be wildly entertaining. All right, so Commando was made in 85. Okay, this is now Arnold at this point. Arnold's coming off of Conan the Barbarian, Conan the Destroyer, and the Terminator. Right, so he's fresh off the Terminator. to do Commando. So this is like his first role where he actually has dialogue, where he can finally be a leading man and and crack jokes and shit. Okay.
Right.
So the plot of this movie real simple. He's a Green Beret, whatever he was. He had a whole team. He had a whole crew of soldiers that he had under him. One of them goes rogue, works for this foreign wannabe dictator, and so to get him to do a job to kill the dictator in another country, they kidnap his daughter, played by a young Alyssa Milano, who I ended up having a big crush on at the time. I love Alyssa Milano.
Right.
And that's pretty much it. So the whole movie is him. He's on a time schedule to get his daughter back, or else they're gonna kill her. And along the way, he runs into Ray Don Chong, who was supposed to be a love interest, but of course they couldn't go there because at the time interracial relationships in a movie was kind of taboo. So they can hint. Oh yeah, at the time, at the time, interracial relationships like they would hint that they were kind of a couple, but you would never see them get down. That's just something that it was taboo at the time. And and the main villain, what's his name? Bennett, who looks
Vernon Wells.
Vernon Wells, who looks like a buffed out Fred Mercury. Okay.
That's true.
Yeah, he looks like a bloated Fred Mercury. Doesn't have the physicality of Arnold, but he's such a good actor where you buy that. Okay, he can match up against Arnold. You know what I'm saying? Like you buy it because of the acting that like his wild eyes and like, I can beat you, John. I can beat you, and I kill you now.
Right.
Like, this motherfucker's crazy.
Right.
All right. So yeah, personally, I love Commando. It's one of my favorite Arnold movies. As cheesy as it is, the one-liners, some of the bad effects. Okay, you can see the string when he's holding Sully upside down. But man, this movie's so entertaining that you forget about all the flaws and you just have fun with this movie, man. So what did you think about Commando?
Oh man, it's such a fun movie. Adding to that interracial relationship that you were saying before, I read up after the movie that they did actually film a scene where they actually did kiss. But apparently when they were reviewing the footage, they thought, nah, it didn't quite work.
Right.
So I would have liked to have seen that, but yeah. But yeah, man, such a fun movie. Like this was like an hour and a half. And I could have watched an easy like another 15, 20 minutes of that movie. There's so many great scenes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, for sure. Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out, bro.
Okay.
How long can interracial relationships not been shown for? Well, this is mostly like in the 60s. Well, pretty much from the beginning of filmmaking through probably the 80s. But of course, they changed that, so now you see it all the time. It's normal. But yeah, up until like probably late 80s, early 90s, that was like you couldn't do that. Now you can have interracial couple, but you couldn't see them being intimate. I guess that's what I'm saying. You couldn't see them being intimate with each other or anything like that. They can, be in the same scene together. They can like kind of hint or wink, but as far as like a kiss, a hug, or any form of affection, nah.
Right.
Nah, couldn't do that.
Yeah. There's something,
Hey, yo, you have to have the sound effect in there too. I promised to kill you last. I lied.
I know, right? Man, this movie's so fun. Like, I mean, like this movie plays up the fact that Arnie's huge. Like every scene he's in like a vest or like a shirt he's busting out of.
Right.
Or like that one scene when they're fighting in the hotel and the woman's like, these guys eat too much red meat.
Yeah. I can't believe this macho bullshit.
Right.
It's totally it's an alpha movie, man. It just shows the machismo of Arnold. Like the first time you see him, he's carrying a fucking tree.
Right.
With one arm. You see the bicep busted out. The guy's in Superhuman. The guy, Mike, he flew from one elevator to the next on a balloon.
Right.
Like 20 security guards jump him. He busts out and all of them fall back. Okay. Runs outside it. He gets hit by a car. The car knocks him over. He falls. His stunt double gets up. You can tell it was a stunt double. Gets up and just shakes it off like it's nothing.
Right.
Okay.
That scene in the shopping mall is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah.
good. And when Sully's on the phone, he lifts up the bloody phone box and just slams it.
Dog, like Arnold. So yeah, the guy, he was Superman in this movie. He
Right.
The only time you ever seen him hurt was when the final scene where I guess the grenade went off and it kind of hit his side a little bit. That's the only time you ever seen him hurt. But other than that, like the guy was, he was Rambo on steroids.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Like
this is so many awesome scenes.
That's wild. Yeah. Shaft got with the white woman in 70. Well, that was blaxploitation. Blaxploitation, that they can do that. But I'm talking about like a regular, okay, I should say Hollywood studio movies, okay, not blaxploitation. Blaxploitation, they did that all day. Matter of fact, they had black dudes slapping white women on the blaxploitation movies,
Oh,
but I mean
wow,
like a major studio film, nah. Couldn't do that. And Shitty Trap, that's a cheap, once again, exploitation. Yeah, it's not exactly Hollywood. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Hollywood, it wasn't allowed.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is, that's just a little history, it's different now. Guess it's coming to dinner had the first interracial kiss in 1967, but it was seen through a mirror reflection. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well,
See, we're getting some history here.
Right.
How could they could have did that with Arnold and Ray Don Chong, man?
I would have liked to have seen that.
Okay, wait. So, what did you think about her as a side character, as his sidekick? To me, at the time, I thought she was kind of annoying. So I thought she was doing a little too much.
Yeah, I agree. I think, especially like the first 5-10 minutes when she's introduced, like. She's a bit like Daniel LaRusso in Karate Kid, just like wheeling all over the place and stuff. That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah, and then she sold him out. She because I guess he forced her to help him, and like he clearly explained to her, like, look, man, they're gonna kill my daughter. I need your help. Don't you understand? They're gonna kill her. And she's like, okay, I'm gonna help you. And then she goes and tells the cop, like, hey, this guy's kidnapped me. I'm very scared. And I'm like, you little, I want to say it so bad. Yeah. I said, you little heifer.
But I didn't, it is. I kind of don't get that as well, though, because Sully was obviously being a creep to her, like the scene beforehand.
Right.
And then he was at the restaurant, and as soon as she ratted him out, he went to go chase her again.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, surely you'd go help the guy. I mean, I love that scene, by the way.
Yeah.
When she gets in the car, and he gets into the yellow car as well to follow Sully. And he just rips the seat out, and then when they're driving along, you can just see like the top of his head over the window, and that's it.
Yeah. Was that I think that wasn't the same scene when she was yelling at him, like, you rip out my car seat, you swing around like Tarzan, you kidnap me, you do this, you do that, or you gonna tell me what's going on or what? No.
Nope.
No. No. Oh my God.
Right.
Yeah, man. Yeah. A couple of times, she got on my nerves, man. Like, wow, like, this dude just told you he's to save his daughter. Then you telling him, and that was a funny scene with the security officer. He was like, suspect 6'2", about 300 pounds. He's one gigantic motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh
that
man.
And I love the amount of what's this one now?
Yeah, I've never seen The Sir with Love, but I mean, I knew it was about interracial dating, but I never actually sat down and watched it.
Oh, okay, I've never heard of that. But
yes,
dude, that scene when he's calling for backup, and as he said, there's like 20 officers, and they do absolutely nothing.
They do like Mike. They all jump on top of him, and then he just like it knocks them all off at one time. I'm like, who is this guy, man? and then when he fights the guy in the hotel, right? What was his name? His real name is Bill Duke, but what was his name? The bald black dude.
I don't know the actor's name, but I know in that scene that's so funny where he's like, what was he? He's like, I'm a black belt in karate or taekwondo.
No. He said, you scared, motherfucker? Well, you should be, because this green beret's gonna beat your big ass. I couldn't eat berets for breakfast, and right now I'm very hungry. Oh
And
man.
then he just takes down the door into the other hotel room as well.
Yeah,
And then that naked
yeah.
couple sit on the bed watching it all go on.
And, it wasn't that shit disturbing when he finally when he hit him right and he fell on top of and the shit went through him and you could hear it was like
Oh
you
yeah,
see like, ooh, damn, that shit looked like it hurt.
right.
Pretty rare even in the 90s. I might be wrong, but I feel like it's only in recent years that well the 90s they were opening it up a little bit more. Like you saw more of it in the 90s, but yeah, it was still
Right.
kind of sporadic, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let's see, but I'm not an expert at that, so I might be wrong. Yeah, there's a little bit of truth to that. A little bit of truth to that.
Definitely more nowadays. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, hell, like shit. Adam Sandler was married to Queen Latifah in a movie this year. Come on, man. Shit that came a long way.
Right.
When Adam Sandler's married to Queen Latifah in a movie, shit has come a long fucking way.
Right.
Yeah. So all right, so Arnold, he finally so he's on this mission. He finally gets to the place, right, to get his daughter. And so that scene where he's like strapping up, where he's like, putting his shit on, man, I remember as a kid watching that. I'm like, yo, I want to be this guy. This is the most badass dude I've ever seen. At the time, it was Bruce Lee and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Those and Sly were three of the baddest motherfuckers I ever seen. You know what I'm saying? Those guys, like when I watched that scene, like he was a one-man army. He had grenades on him, rifles, shotguns, bombs. You see the cardboard cutouts of the soldiers when the shit exploded, and the dummies and shit.
I saw. I didn't know it was cutouts, but I saw when as soon as the explosions go off, the soldiers were just stood there at the doors when it's going off, and I was like, what? They're not running for?
Yeah. He took on a whole army by itself, and I don't know if you watched the unrated version. Well, there's a director's cut, and then there's the theatrical cut. So in the director's cut, the scene where he was hiding out in the tool shed and they were surrounding him, and then he took that saw and threw the saw and cut the guy's head off.
I saw that. Yeah.
Okay, you saw that. Okay, then he took the other guy and he sliced his arm off. Right. But in the director's cut, they hold the shot where you see the guy with the stump and blood's just squirting out.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So,
no, I heard about that, but I saw it on Disney Plus, so it must have been.
They had Commando on Disney Plus.
Yeah, well, over here in the UK, our Disney Plus also has a streaming platform called Stars.
Okay, gotcha.
We get them both together, so I think it was on the Stars platform.
Gotcha.
Unless actually no, it was 20th Century Fox, right?
Yeah, it was 20th Century Fox. Yeah.
So yeah, it would just been on Disney Plus because they bought 20th Century Fox, didn't they?
I don't think they have that on Disney Plus out here. Yeah, because Disney Plus here, they have nothing but Disney family friendly movies on Disney Plus. So they have Commando on Disney Plus. That's some funny shit.
yeah. They had Commando, and then I got to watch Conan on Disney Plus as well.
Get out of here.
Yeah. That's how I watched them both.
Those are two hardcore movies, man. They got those on Disney Plus, man. That's crazy.
Right. Hey, Josh.
Hey,
how you doing?
What's going on? What's going on, fam? Disney Plus had a bunch of great things on it now. I gotta check my Disney Plus. I don't think we have it out here in the States though, man. Because here, man, parents would throw a fit. I can't believe you have that on the Disney Plus. My kids are gonna be corrupted. Shut up. I hate parents, man. I mean, I'm a parent myself, but I hate parents because they're the reason why they dilute a lot of content. All right. And I'm gonna give you an example of that when the first Ninja Turtles movie came out, right, in 1990. Violent movie, but still, it was kids. We enjoyed it because they were the Ninja Turtles. We read the comics, we seen the cartoons, we're used to it. Parents were in uproar. Oh my god, I can't believe you call a movie Ninja Turtles and it's about ninjas and people getting hit with swords and stuff. So parents complained that the movie was too violent. So when they did the sequel, they dumbed everything down. They weren't allowed to use their weapons. They weren't allowed to do ninja type stuff. They had to make it so cartoonish to please the parents. And if you've seen the second Ninja Turtles movie, Secret of the Ooze, that shit sucked.
Nah, I don't. I think I've only ever seen tiny bits of the original one.
Oh, the OG, okay. Next
Well, I mean,
episode on Mike ain't seen shit.
the thing, exactly. But I mean, the thing is with that, right? If the parents didn't like the Ninja Turtles, or even a movie nowadays,
Right.
don't watch it.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to go complain and be like, "Oh, I didn't like that. It's not friendly for kids."
Mm-hmm.
No one's telling you to watch the movie.
Right.
Right.
Even with the cartoons, man. I remember they had a Spider-Man cartoon in the 90s, and parents were in an uproar about that. Like, okay, you can't be violent. So there was a stipulation in the contract where it said that Spider-Man was not allowed to punch anybody on the cartoon. Look it up.
What?
True story. Yes.
What?
He was not allowed to punch anybody or kick anybody. If he attacked you, he had to be with his web or he had to throw something at you, but he wasn't allowed to hit you. Yeah. Parents suck. All right.
That's stupid.
Yeah. Haron say he suggested to the director that he take the
Yes.
guy's arm and beat him with it. Oh, okay. I didn't know that one.
Yeah.
Wow.
So in that cut where you're saying about the blood splurting out,
Yeah.
I've heard about that, but originally I think it was either Arnold suggested to the director or the director suggested to him. It was one of the two. I think it was more Arnold. Yeah, they wanted Arnold to get the arm he chopped off and beat the guy with the arm.
Oh, that'd have been great.
Right.
I would have loved that, man. They should have kept that.
Me too.
Oh man, the UK they were called the Hero Turtles. If memory serves, yeah, Ninja was too violent. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, I'm a parent myself, but listen, well, of course, I don't show my son like real crazy stuff, but I mean, he's seen a couple of decapitations and some bloody stuff. I mean, he's still okay. I don't think he's psychologically damaged. I hope he's not.
Yeah.
So he would love that too. Yeah.
But I'll tell you one thing though, right? So that scene when he's at that mansion at the end and he's in the garden and he's like taking down everyone with the machine gun.
Right.
But firstly, the soldiers shooting is like stormtroopers in Star Wars.
Yeah.
They're all that bad. And then secondly, the bit I love the most about that scene, I cracked up the other day. So he's going along, like as he's going into the garden, he starts at the back in the bushes, and he starts getting closer and closer to the house. Right. And obviously at the time he gets that machine gun with the bullets in the hand, and he's just shooting it, right? So he's got the gun like this, and he's going boom, 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 right? But then the best bit of it was towards the end, like as he's getting right next to the house, the machine gun's not even like pointing at anyone; it's just like pointing down here.
Yeah.
And people still going like, ah.
Hey, that's
I love it.
He's just a bad hombre with that gun. Like he don't even have to look at you and still hit you. but at the same time, it's like 30 soldiers. They're all firing at the same time, and nobody can hit him.
Right.
I think only one that got him was Bennett. Like Bennett shot him in the arm. He's like, John, how's the arm, John? He's like, come over and find out. No thanks, John. Pop your head out. I'll shoot you between the eyes. I'll make it quick for old time's sake. Come on, Bennett, let the girl go. You can beat me. Wait, I love that scene also, Mike, when he pulls a knife out. He's like, you want some pleasure? To put the knife in me. You can look me in the eye when you turn it. That's what you want to do. And Ben, I swear to you, Mike, Bennett is like busting a nut on himself. Like I'm thinking this dude is having a full out like gasm because he's sitting there like, I can beat you. Right. I'm like, dude, like, are you nutting on yourself? Like, what? I'm like, what are you doing?
Right.
I don't know if he wanted to fight him or fuck him. I didn't know what was going on.
Both.
Oh shit.
What makes me laugh though is like right at the beginning when we find out Bennett's the bad guy.
Right.
It's like he goes on and he says some kind of line. He's like, oh, he was like kicked out of the troop or whatever for Arnold, and that's why he's become a bad guy.
Right.
I was thinking when I saw him, I was like, no wonder. Like you say, he looks like a butch Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, he does.
I was like, I wouldn't want him in my troop.
Nah. Let me make sure is my thing plugged in? Oh, I was making sure my laptop was plugged. It looked like it was unplugged for a second. Okay. Yeah, and it come to find out there was another actor that was supposed to play Bennett. So that's why his clothes were so tight because they had a smaller actor. I want to say it was Lance Henriksen.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it might have been him. I'm not sure, but it was a smaller actor. For whatever reason, the actor dropped out, but they didn't have enough time and money to change the wardrobe. So they just said, well, look, you got to wear this. That's why that shit was like really snug on him. You know?
Right.
Yeah, it looked like something from a Mad Max movie. How ironic, right? The UK is strange. I live here and don't know what this country still does half the time. Yeah, wow. Yeah. That's crazy. The Hero Turtles. T2 is always going to be my favorite Arnold movie. Never seen Commando and Conan. Please watch Commando. Okay, yeah, Conan, I think, is an acquired taste. Okay, so Conan, I think either you're going to, like it or not like it, but Commando, if you're an Arnold fan, that is a must-see. All right?
Yeah.
Nothing to be taken serious. All right? It's just cheesy, balls to the wall, crazy fun that you're going to just have a good time with. All right? And that's it. Don't go into expecting a T2. I don't know what's more iconic, Arnold shirtless and machine gunners. Arnold, listen, okay, as much as I love Sly, I've said this before in another live stream, as much as I love Sly, he's my second pops, but as a kid, I betrayed Sly because up until that point, all I saw was Sly Stallone, right? And when I saw Arnold Schwarzenegger, like, no shirt on, firing that machine gun, I'm like, yo, I want to be that guy. That's the guy I'm looking up to. So at that point, I was Team Arnold, Sly in the back seat. So I went through like a 4-year period, bro, where I didn't fuck with Sly at all. It was all about Arnold. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. So even though I still watch his movies like, like Cobra and Over the Top, by the way, that's another double feature that we're going to do soon.
Okay.
Cobra and Over the Top. Yeah. So even though I still watch Sly's movies, but man, at the time it was about Arnold, man. The guy was just bigger than life, bro. Like, you never seen a human being that big like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, besides wrestling, besides like Hulk Hogan and all those guys, but to actually see an actor that fucking muscular, Sly ain't shit. Sly ain't shit compared to Arnold, man. Physically, nah. Fuck out of here.
Yep.
The original Terminator followed by Predator. Okay. You know what? Over the years, okay, so T2 is a favorite of mine, but now I prefer the first Terminator to T2.
Yeah, I can see why.
Yeah, just because it had a grittiness to it. It had it was a slasher movie. You know what I'm saying? You know how much I love slashers.
Yeah.
It was a slasher movie. It was real gritty. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of scary at times. And Arnold was like this unstoppable fucking force. Like, dude, how are you gonna stop this thing? So. Yeah, I mean, I still love T2, but yeah, I prefer the first one these days.
Yeah. I mean, T2's more action focused.
Arnold selling drapes is the best. Arnold Dark Fate. Dark Fate. Jesus Christ! I actually went to see that in the movies too.
Me too.
I want my money back. Have you seen the Arnie Pizza Shop video? It's funny. Nah, never seen that one.
Never heard of it.
You gotta send me that link. I haven't seen that one.
Nah.
All right. So Mike, okay. So all right. What about the fight between the big showdown between Matrix and Bennett? Was you buying that? Okay, did you buy that fight? Did you did you think to yourself, nah, Arnold should beat this guy with one arm behind his back, or did you think like, damn, okay, this is a good battle here?
A bit of both. Yeah, I mean, obviously, when you look at Arnold, he's massive compared to Bennett. But at the same time, obviously Bennett was on his team.
Right.
So both of them have that kind of mercenary commando experience. And Bennett looked like he was just a psychopath. Especially like I said, like with his eyes when Arnold was teasing him about the knife, he went wide open.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, well, Arnold's more like kind of cool-headed, whereas he's more of a psychopath, so he's going to do anything to kill him.
Yeah.
So especially like, as they're fighting, and then he gets like a couple of cuts in on Arnold as well. I was like, oh bloody hell, okay.
I'm wondering, did he get like super powered with? Because remember, Arnold hit him right, and he fell into this electric fence, and this thing was shocking. He was like, ah! I'm like, okay, dude, you should be dead.
Right.
He bounces off of it, Mike, and starts hitting him.
Punching him.
I said, did that shit give him superpowers or something? Like, what the hell? Like, what the hell's going on here?
It woke him up.
And you talk about the eyes right now. Notice the eyes. Okay, if you watch it again, notice when they're struggling right where. So he has Arnold up against the wall, right? He's got the knife like getting ready to stab. So he's like, and Arnold's sitting there like, ah.
Right.
Both their facial expressions are so fucking over the top and comical. Like I'm watching this shit drunk, laughing my ass off, man. This some of the funniest shit ever.
Yeah,
The
I agree.
Woman of Terminators. Yeah, I would say so. I popped the link in the group chat. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna check that one out. Arnold in the pizza shop. I ate green berets for breakfast, and right now I'm very hungry. Come on, Bennett. Let's party. See, I love the Catwoman film with Halle Berry. No. You know what?
Halle Berry's nice to look at.
What's that?
I was saying Halle Berry's nice to look at in that movie. She did it best she probably could.
I have no comment. Yeah, Catwoman. Listen, I'm not one to judge anybody because I love Howard the Duck, and I know people think that movie's atrocious, but listen, if you love Catwoman, you know, what's that saying? You like it, I love it. You know?
Right.
Yeah. Right. Oh, Soph, we need to talk. Listen, nah, man, you like what you like. You know, I mean, I like movies that people would think are just terrible, you know, so.
Okay,
yeah, look, they going back and forth here. Oh, no, no, listen, Sophie, don't apologize. Listen, you like what you like, girl. All right? you like what you like. You ain't got to apologize for shit.
Right.
Okay, Howard the Duck, I love the song. And then, yeah, come on. Like, look, I'm a big fan of Rudy Ray Moore. If you ever heard of him, he did a movie called Dolomite. It's an old blaxploitation movie. So he has a series of films, and they're the most terrible movies that you'll ever watch. But I love watching them. I love watching them just to laugh at them.
I know of those movies because you and Perez covered them.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
That way.
I think Jacob even watched. He watched Dolomite, the first Dolomite.
Yeah, he did.
And, exactly. You like what you like. I understand why people don't like Dolomite, but I love Root. What? Man, listen to it. Sometimes I'll have a marathon where I put on, okay, it's Dolomite 2, The Human Tornado, and this P.D. Wheatstraw, The Devil's Son-in-Law, and The Disco Godfather. I will sit and watch all those back to back, drunk off my ass, laughing my ass off, bro.
Wow, okay.
Bad movies, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so, well, keep an eye out, Jason, because this week on the channel, Rashad and I are going to collab on Terrifier. Rashad sent me over his portion. I just need to film mine and then put that together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I'm at my poker face. I'm at my poker face on, so I'm not going to let you know if I liked it or not.
Right. Like the 2060.
Like I love the 2000s.
No,
I can't defend that one. Yeah, but you like what you like. Basketball scene is what I imagine it being like. The basketball scene. What movie you talking about?
Catwoman? Does Catwoman have a basketball scene?
Let's just talk about Disco Godfather. There was a LSD scene and a basketball scene, Disco Godfather. Maybe that's what he's talking about.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Terrifier. Yeah, definitely.
Keep an eye out.
Yeah. You put me onto that. That happened. That happened. Yeah.
I've got some more. Don't worry.
Oh yeah. Well, all I'm gonna say without spoiling how I felt about it is I had now that clown is like etched into my brain and I can't get him out.
Right.
So I'll just be doing chores around the house and all of a sudden I'll look and I just see something going.
Hi.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, man. Let's see what we got here. Let's collab on 20. All right, you listen. I've never seen it, so you listen. I'm always up for a challenge. If you're serious, let's do it. Where it has a cut.
Yes, that's the one.
Wow. Yeah, I'm good on that. I can't believe she actually went on Oprah and try to advertise that, try to market the movie. Like, hey, everybody, go see Catwoman. I'm excited for Terrifier 2, even though I didn't like the first two.
Okay. Oh, I love the first one.
Yeah, 2. Yeah, I'm definitely watching 2. I want to see where they go with that movie. I want to see actually. Yeah, for sure. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm with it. Listen, I'm always up for a challenge. And look,
Right.
if I could survive Anthony A. Perez's Disney movies, okay, I think I can survive anything.
Right.
Because Perez
Oh,
put me on some shit.
Bro, one thing I've got to mention about Commando as well, just remember,
Yeah.
is especially like the first kind of 10, 15 minutes where we get like a couple of deaths like in a row.
Mm-hmm.
I love how, especially when they slow it down, the effect of like, say, someone's dropping from a height.
Right.
You get a split second of the screen where you can just see it's a dummy falling just straight down. I laughed my arse off at that.
Yeah. Dog, that's 80s action 101, man. Yeah, they cut to the dummy real quick. And then especially like when you see a person get run over, like you can clearly see that was a dummy.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, man, so many great moments in that movie. Even Mike, when they was on the airplane and the one guy was supposed to be escorting him, right? So Arnold, he put the blanket up, he said, cocked him. Hey, please don't disturb my friend. He's dead tired.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Oh, yeah. Speaking of superhuman, the guy jumped from a plane. Like the plane is in the air, bro. He's hanging on the wheel, and he actually jumps off the plane. Doesn't break his legs or nothing.
That's the scene when he drops off the plane. You can see it's a stuntable. Then you can see it's a dummy, and then he lands in the water.
Right. Yo, how could you not love this movie, man? I mean, listen, if you're a serious film critic, I can see how, okay, yes, this, push your glasses up. Yes, this movie lacked any integrity. And no, bro, come on, man. You have to know what, you have to know what you're in for. Okay, so if you're watching, like, say, Schindler's List, okay, you have to have a different mindset. All right, if you're watching Terrifier, you have to be in a certain mindset. When you're watching a movie like Commando, you have to know that this is an 80s action movie that is not to be taken seriously at all.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
Yes.
Awesome. I want to see that.
For sure.
Yeah, Rashad, I was going to say, I also noticed after watching the movie, I looked up who directed it, and it's a guy called Mark L. Lester, who, believe it or not, did the class of 1984.
That's right.
I was like, no wonder it's a good movie.
Yeah. It's class of 84. That's another hidden 80s gem that a lot of people don't know about, so you're welcome.
But when I watched that movie for the first time last year when we collabed, such a good movie.
Right. I think that was one of our first collabs, wasn't it? Class of 84?
One of them, yeah.
Okay.
Early days, yeah.
Yeah. Ain't that some shit? Damn, we saying the early days now. That time be flying, don't it?
Right.
Okay. What's your most anticipated movie for the rest of the year? Mine's probably Blonde with that's a Marilyn Monroe movie. For me, I gotta say Wakanda Forever.
The trailer was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm quite looking forward to the new Avatar movie. I'm gonna get that. I'm intrigued to see where they're gonna go with it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just not, because honestly, I wasn't a fan of the first one. Like Avatar, I thought was cool, but I think it's like so overrated.
Right.
I think Avatar is now visually it's beautiful, but like when you really look at it as a movie, it's like it has every James Cameron trope in there. Like you could look at Avatar and see every James Cameron movie he ever did, from Aliens to Terminator to The Abyss. You know what I mean? You just all of his movies are in that one movie, but with stunning visuals. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, for me, I say Wakanda Forever and our boy Blacktastic. I really want to see What Have I Done? Like I'm really anticipating, and Terrifier too. And just like with the first one, I'm going to watch it in the morning. I do not care what nobody says. All right, Mike. It may sound like an oxymoron, but look, as much as I love scary movies, I'm a coward. Okay. There's tiers to horror movies. So you have light horror, which is like like Lost Boys and Fright Night and like Elm Street now. But then you have movies like The Terrifier, that's like very hardcore slasher horror. I am not watching that shit before I go to bed.
Right.
Because I have nightmares very easily. You know what I mean? So that's the last thing I need is art in my dreams fucking haunting me. And Freddy sitting back in my same dream laughing at me. I'm not having that shit, okay? So yes, I am watching that in the daytime. Truck stop
Oh,
women.
never heard that one.
I haven't heard of that one, man. Yo, exploitation. You putting me onto some stuff, bro. I haven't heard that one.
Sounds cool.
Okay. I want to do a movie series of 100 movies Mike should see. Wait,
Well,
you're doing that now? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah. So I asked, I literally put out the public, and I was like, recommend 100 movies for me to watch. And if I've seen them, obviously I didn't add them to my list. So yeah,
Right.
so far I've seen 2 movies out of the 100. So it's getting there. One of them being The Lost Boys.
What you said was overrated.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Listen. I'm not gonna knock. I'm not gonna knock you for your opinion. When I first saw that, I said, "No, this motherfucker didn't." But but look, it's an old movie though, man. So I get it, man. I get it. Wakanda Forever has the potential to be the best Marvel film since Winter Soldier. Yeah, I agree. It looks beautiful.
Mhm.
It looks like it's going to hail the legacy of Chadwick while continuing on that story. And you know what? And there's a lot of controversy behind this movie, that Wakanda Forever, because you have people on this side saying that they should recast T'Challa, Black Panther, but then you have other people that saying like, no, the show must go on.
Right.
In the beginning, honestly, I was like, okay, maybe it's too soon to cast him right now, but eventually they're gonna have to recast him because T'Challa is such a big part of the Marvel universe.
Right.
But watching this trailer, I can see people getting upset, like, damn, they should just recast him. But I want to see where they go with it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm trying to be open to what they do. I mean, because being that with the whole multiverse thing and everything, they could recast him, because now Marvel just took all the rules and said, Kobe in the trash, we do what the fuck we want to do. So we could see T'Challa again.
Well, a funny thing is, right, about Black Panther is a couple of months ago, before they even announced any trailer or anything, because it kind of came out of the blue.
Right.
I was on Instagram, and I was on like Instagram Explore, and there was a post on there, and it said plot details of Black Panther. So I clicked on it, and it said swipe for spoilers. So I thought, I would like to know what happens in the trailer at least, because we've heard nothing about this movie for months.
Right.
Bro, I'm not kidding you. Everything in the trailer was on there, and it literally says the whole spoilers for the movie.
Oh, wow.
So I know what happens in the new Black Panther movie.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ruin it for anyone. The only thing I will say is there's a big cameo in the movie. In the movie,
I read that.
And the post credit. There's 2, one in the movie and one in the post credit. 2 different ones. I'm not going to tell anyone who it is.
Right.
But yeah, bro, like from what I read of like the plot beats, exactly what happens. It sounds awesome.
Yeah, I think I read that same transcript. Yeah. If it plays out the way that was written, that shit should be pretty epic. Wow, I hate. Okay, damn, that's okay. I didn't hate Avatar, but he says I hated Avatar. I don't need any more movies where the white guy could be a better blue guy than the guys who have been blue their whole lives. Hey, blue lives matter, right? Listen, hey, I get it. I get it. Yeah,
I think some people's opinions are going to change on Avatar, because later this month it's getting re-released in cinemas in 4K. I think in terms of build-up for the second movie.
And
obviously
so
makes
long.
money.
What's that?
I'm just saying, and obviously to make extra money to be the highest grossing movie ever.
Yo, wasn't that a dick move? Like, dude, like Endgame took the top spot, right? And then James Cameron like congratulated them, like, yo, congrats, you guys are the king. And then he re-releases Avatar.
Yeah.
I'm like, dick move, Banner.
Right.
That was such a dick move.
Right.
I watch Wreck before bed. Yeah, I can't do horror movies before I go to bed, man, because I'm one of those people where I dream a lot, and I have a nightmare like very easily. You know what I mean? And I don't want nothing like that fucking with me in my sleep. Avatar's pretty decent, even though it's Pocahontas in space. Yeah. I just don't think the story is good enough for it to be the highest grossing film. That's what I said. I'm like,
though, I think personally though, Avatar, when that was released at the time, there was nothing quite like it.
Right.
Especially, I would say, as you said though, Rashad, you're right. Like visually, there was nothing like that. I mean, obviously there is more stuff like that now, but at that time, I think it's because it was like James Cameron, firstly, big name attached to it.
Right.
Sigourney Weaver, big actors and actresses in that movie. The visual style of it is completely different.
Right.
So I think that's why it probably became the highest grossing movie. It's different,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, because shit, like if you would have hand me 2 James Cameron movies and say, Rashad, which one are you gonna watch? If you hand me Aliens and you hand me Avatar, I'm taking Avatar, I'm throwing that shit out the window, and I'm putting on Aliens or popping me some popcorn.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. And you said you haven't seen Aliens either, right?
No.
Okay, yeah, that's on the list also, brother. Congratulations. So you got some more. I'm sorry, what was that?
And then I was just going to say, so Jason's comment before about making a 100 movie list.
Yeah.
Me and Rashad's got our own 100 movie list.
Yeah.
The amount of movies you've schooled me on so far.
Oh yeah. And most of them you liked. I don't think there's been one. Well, I think Conan's probably the one that you felt the least about, probably.
Yeah.
Out of all the ones I gave you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad. 1 out of 20 or so far.
Not bad at all. Because a couple of them, I'm like, I thought you was gonna hate, and you ended up really digging them.
Especially Dead Heat. Love that movie.
Yeah, Dead Heat. Yeah. That's an 80s gem, and that's the one that most people don't know about.
Right.
I would give the Black Panther title to Lupita Nyong'o. Yeah, interesting choice. Huh?
Nah. I'm saying I can't say anything if that Instagram post is real, which was.
I know she's very sexy in that trailer though, man. Lupita can get it. I mean, she was scary. Yo, she was scary in Us, man. But golly, that is a beautiful woman. Record is so good. I haven't seen that one either. I have to. That's a slasher movie, right? Was it? Right?
I think it's like found footage, but I've never seen it.
Found. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the found footage genre. Even though I did watch Paranormal Activity 1 and 2. I remember watching Paranormal Activity 2 at home by myself at nighttime in the dark, and I swear I'm not even bullshit, man. I was hearing shit. Okay, that this is why I don't do demonic like type movies with the spirits and shit, because
right.
Yeah, I don't fuck with that stuff, man. You know, you can believe whether it's real or it's not. All I know, Mike, is I was hearing shit in my apartment. So I'm watching it. All of a sudden, I'm like, huh? Like I'm turning the volume down, like.
Right.
Okay. You know.
Yeah.
I'm scary, man.
Yeah.
I loved it, but that ending.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, man. You know what? For a long time, I was like you. You know, like for the longest time, if I watched a horror right before bed, like my mind would start go wandering. So to kind of calm myself down, I'd always have to watch an episode of SpongeBob SquarePants to calm myself down.
Well, let me ask you, with Terrifier, did you watch that at night? Like, do you watch it at night with the lights off and everything, and it does nothing to you?
Oh, the first time I watched it, yeah.
Okay.
I was like that art clown. I was like, he's creepy as shit.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. The scary thing about him is that he makes no noise. This is everything is just like a mime. You know, it's just like
right.
And it's something about that. The director, he understands horror. Well, like I said, I don't want to give too much about how I felt about the movie, but he understands horror because there's something about that element of it that makes it even more scary. The fact that he makes no noise. Right. It's just all eye movement and facial expressions that creeps you out, man. God.
Yeah. I agree.
I watched that in the morning, Mike, and it stuck with me. Like, even to right now, I still see that ugly motherfucker in my head. God, see Avatar in the cinema for the 12th time, right? Shit. Actually, I didn't go to the movies to see. To be honest with you, I saw that shit on bootleg.
But to be fair, as I say, it's getting a re-release this month in 4K in cinemas.
Okay, yeah.
So, it'll be very interesting.
Yeah, I might check it out. I mean, because the copy I watched, it was a good copy, but it was a cam copy, you know. So that's back when I don't know if they still do that, but yeah, back then, if you didn't get to see something in the movies, you got they still do the cam copy thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, statute of limitations. Okay, I haven't done it in years, so I try to stay away from horror because I don't want to have nightmares. I'm like you, but bro, like a train wreck, I can't keep my eyes off of it. I love horror movies, but they just scare the shit out of me, bro.
That's fair.
I love horror, just not the nightmares I have after. Yeah, facts.
Right.
Facts. Like, yo, even Jurassic Park. When I first saw Jurassic Park, I was having nightmares about the T-Rex. All right, that's how bad I am.
Right.
Found footage infection movie.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, I'm not a fan of found footage, but I'm like, yeah, Lupita was great in 12 Years a Slave. Yeah, she was hurt in that movie though, but yeah, she looks sexy now though. Shit, now boy, look, yeah, okay. I want to rewatch Paranormal Activity, but Jason refuses. I have a ghost in my house called Albert. He is friend.
No thanks.
Yeah, I don't care if he's a friendly ghost. Look, if you a ghost, but look, I'm getting out of it. Look, one of us got to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? One of us has got to go.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Let's see, found footage movies are just lazy. It's a way for filmmakers to make a movie with no money. Look, Blair Witch Project.
Right.
Blair Witch is probably the biggest scam ever in the history of movies. Like, Mike, do you remember when Blair Witch Project came out, the first one?
Yeah.
Okay, do you remember the hype surrounding it where like everybody thought it was real? Like they even had a website dedicated to it. So they sold it like it was a real, like this shit actually happened.
Right.
And then when you found out it was all fake, they already made their hundreds of millions of dollars and the movie cost like $10 to make.
Right.
That was the biggest ripoff ever, man. And I dare anybody to say, oh, Blair Witch is a classic. No, you are lying. You cannot name one thing in the Blair Witch Project that says it's a classic.
I remember the hype and stuff. I never saw it. I've only ever seen the remake of it.
Okay.
But I remember the hype at the time, though. You're right. I was very young, but I remember it.
Yeah, Mike, the whole movie is like somebody had a camcorder in the woods with a bunch of kids and they're just recording each other running and telling jokes and shit. And every now and then you'll see somebody's like, oh, what is that? Oh my God, I think it's the witch, And then there's that one classic shot where you see up the person's nose almost like, I'm so scared. I'm so scared. That movie was, I got that from Blockbuster and that was the biggest pile of shit I've ever seen in my life.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Fuck the Blair Witch Project.
It's so deep.
Like I always watch Sudi or Bodger and Badger to chill out after. I don't know what that is.
Basically, little puppets.
Oh, okay.
Friendly puppets, so.
Like the Muppets.
Rashad, I have a found footage movie for you to check out.
Okay.
It's not a horror; it's more of a thriller. But it's called Searching.
Okay.
Came out a couple of years ago. I think it's. I can't remember the guy's name, but he's from Harold and Kumar. Have you ever seen that movie?
Oh, the Asian guy, right? The Asian guy? Okay.
Yes, John Chow, I think it is. I might be wrong. That is a fantastic found footage movie.
Searching, okay.
But it's not so much like where it's on the camera. It's more like on keyboard and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But that is an awesome movie.
Okay, I'm going to have to check that out.
I think you'd like that one.
Hopefully it's on Netflix or Hulu because nowadays it's hard to find movies, man. Like on any platform, I was lucky to find Terrifier. It was on Amazon, but of course it had ads on there, so I had to watch it with ads on it. But it is what it is. Actually, probably the best found footage movie I think I've ever seen probably was what was that one? It was a superhero movie, and it had Michael B. Jordan in there, a young Michael B. Jordan.
Chronicle.
Chronicle, there you go, Chronicle.
Okay, never seen that.
That was good. That was good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a superhero movie, but it starts out like it's a superhero movie, but then it gets like really dark, really fast.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So once dude gets his powers, at first he's enjoying being a superhero, but this is like a tortured kid, abusive father, kids at school pick on him. So he gets to the point where it's like, wow, I have powers to wait a minute. I'm better than these people. I can fuck people up if I want to.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's when shit gets real. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, I highly recommend Chronicle. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look.
Paranormal Activity to me isn't even scary or anything.
Yeah.
Because, that second one was creepy. The second, I haven't watched the first Paranormal Activity, but that second Paranormal Activity creeped me the fuck out.
Yeah. I think like with Paranormal Activity, I think it was more of a time where you didn't see a lot of found footage movies, especially the first one. Because I remember, I think I just went to the cinema to see that. Actually, you might be wrong.
Yeah.
But that first one again, it was at a time where there wasn't so many found footage. I think before then, the biggest one known was Blair Witch.
Right.
you know. And then obviously since that Paranormal Activity, they then went on to make like 7 sequels,
Yeah, yeah.
then like that Wreck and stuff like that, you know.
Oh, I forgot about this another found footage movie that was really good too. I forgot about Cloverfield. That was crazy.
Never seen
The
it.
first, never seen Clover. Yeah, that first Cloverfield. It's a found footage movie, but it's like a creature. It's a creature feature. It's like found footage, but about King Kong and Godzilla. You know.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That shit was. I saw that in the cinema, man. That shit was crazy.
Oh wow! Okay.
So yeah, Chronicle and Cloverfield. You're welcome.
Right. Okay.
I'm not a
Okay.
horror person, sadly. Might make a video about horror movies I like.
I like to see that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, with horror movies, it's a tier system. You know, you got
Yeah.
light horror. Okay, you got kiddie horror, which is like Goosebumps and stuff like that. Then you have light horror, like Lost Boys and Elm Street and Friday the 13th. Then you have your hardcore joints, your hardcore like Conjuring and Terrifier and shit like that, hardcore stuff. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it goes from mild to a little bit spicy to spicy to extremely spicy to make your head sweat. I'm not even touching this shit spicy.
That's the only kind of spice I like.
What, the real spicy stuff?
No, the horror spicy stuff.
Oh, the horror spice. Oh yeah. Because that Terrifier was super hardcore, man. Blair Witch marketing campaign. Yeah, the biggest scam ever in movies, man. That was the biggest scam ever. They took all our money thinking it was real, and it was fake the whole time.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Nah, yeah, don't waste your time with it. Yeah.
Well, like the whole thing about this marketing right here. The first Paranormal Activity movie was made on $15,000. That was it.
Right.
And it made something like 90 million, something crazy.
Yeah. That's gotta be like the biggest, budget to gross ratio, like, that you ever seen, man. Like, golly.
But again, it's one of those things where it depends who makes the movie, what marketing they do, or what they use with that budget. Like Rashad, like I was telling you, the first Terrifier movie we just watched, that was $35,000. That's it.
Yeah.
And what they did in that movie is incredible. Without spoilers, you have to wait for our review next week. But
right, I don't know how they did, bro. That easily looked like at least a $2 or $3 million movie.
Right.
35,000. Like, wow. I don't know how they did that, man.
Right.
There are exceptions. They had Cloverfield, Blair Witch. Chronicle. I put Chronicle up there too, man. Chronicle I thought did a great job. We kind of got off of of Conan and Commando. No, but I like this shit though. I like the interaction, man. This is the most interaction I've had on my channel for a minute. Thank you, Mike.
Sweet. Well, thank you everyone for watching so far.
Yeah. I like Blair Witch, very slow burn, but the ending, okay. I compare Blair Witch to The Witch. All right, The Witch. People say The Witch is like, I saw Stuckman's review on it, and mind you, Stuckman is like the god of YouTube movie reviewers, right? He's the reason why a lot of us got into the game. And so Stuckman swore by that movie. He was like, The Witch was like, this was more than a masterpiece. This was a journey. This was an event. This was an experience. The Witch was like the greatest movie I've ever seen. So I'm like, damn, okay. Man, I popped that shit on Mike. I was asleep within 20 minutes. Only thing I remember about The Witch was a fucking creepy ass goat. That's it.
Right. Bro,
that's
honestly,
all I remember.
That movie, A Journey to Send You to Sleep.
Yeah.
That movie is garbage. I don't care what anyone says. Terrible.
Oh my god. I'm like
Midsummer, terrible.
Yeah.
Hereditary, terrible.
Facts.
Me and use the same on A24.
Facts. X. I was in the theater laughing because I'm like, what? I spent $10 watching two old people get it on screen. Yeah.
I'll get to it.
Oh my god. Search was my favorite film in 2018. If you pay attention to it, there's a whole other story going. Okay, I'm sold. Yeah, I want to see this now.
Dude, it's awesome.
Yeah, I want to see it. Chronicle. Yes, I love Chronicle. Cloverfield is pretty. Yeah, Cloverfield was crazy, bro. Cloverfield was like it was unexpected. Which was another good marketing strategy by them, because when the trailer dropped for Cloverfield, they didn't show the creature at all. You didn't know what it was. All you saw was the Statue of Liberty's head get taken off and get thrown to the ground. And you're like, what the hell could have took off the Statue of Liberty's head? But like they just teased that it was something, but you didn't know what it was. So when you actually watch the movie and you see what the hell's going on, you're like, oh shit. Wow. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I'm sold.
Yeah, that movie was crazy. Because they made a sequel. Was it a Cloverfield Lane, I think?
Yeah, 10 Cloverfield Lane.
10 Cloverfield Lane, yeah. Which I'm not sure if it's connected to the first movie, but because I heard it's like a totally different plot or whatever. See, Chronicles Josh Frank's only good film. Oh shit! I didn't know he did Fan Four Stick. Yeah, that's right, he did. Oh shit!
I've never seen that Fantastic Four. I've heard.
Had a couple of highlights maybe, but that's about it. Matt Reeves' first movie.
That Cloverfield he's talking about?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I didn't realize Matt Reeves directed that either. Yeah. Thanks for schooling me on that. Horror for me is more thematic, like The Witch, Titan, and It Follows. Yeah, I'm old school, man. I like the slasher stuff, man. Like I like slasher movies. I like Pet Sematary, like Stephen King type shit, but like those what do you call it, elevated horror or psychological horror, like I'm good on that.
No. Yeah, the witch is terrible.
Yeah, I like good old fashioned decapitations and dismemberment.
Me too.
And memorable horror villains that stay in your brain. Yeah. Like this motherfucker's in my brain right now, still waving at me. Like you say, he makes Pennywise look like a pussy. The one horror what Jay Lee scared me was Insidious. I haven't. Okay, that's on my queue right now. I gotta check out Insidious. I've never seen those movies.
Oh man, the first Insidious is awesome. There's one scene in Insidious, it will creep you out. I'm not going to tell you when or how it happens, but
okay. Yeah, I've heard about it. Yeah, so there's two of those, right? 2 Insidious movies, right?
I think there's like 4 or 5 of them. I think.
Really? Oh, okay.
But I mean, they get a bit more stupid as they go on,
Mm-hmm.
The first one's really good.
Okay, yeah. Actually, yeah, that's on my queue right now. I better hit the hay, but great stream. Would love to collab soon. All right, man. Thanks for coming through, showing love. Appreciate you, fam.
Definitely, man. Thank you.
All right. Take care, Josh. Always remember, gals and pals. All right. I love Midsummer and Hereditary. X was not my cup of tea. I do want to see Pearl. Yeah, I'm good on that. Yeah, X had me laughing, man. I was laughing in the theater and not in a good way. I said, what the fuck am I watching?
I've got to watch this.
Oh, man.
I know.
10 Cloverfield Lane is very different, not found footage and no real connection. Okay. Yeah, so it's like an anthology type, these Cloverfield movies. I guess it was trying to make it like an anthology type deal where each one was different. Okay. Dog, it's cool to see the different variety of taste here,
Definitely,
as far as everybody watching. Yeah, so like I say, this is all subjective, so I can't curse anybody out for liking what they like and what they don't like. I had to catch myself when you said Lost Boys is overrated. I was like, Mike, what? I said, no. Everybody tastes is different,
Right.
Because me, I always wanted to be the 5th Lost Boy,
Right.
I was gonna get me a Rick James wig and a motorcycle and drink some blood out the fucking wine bottle.
God.
Oh man. All right, so we got another one. Who's in here now? Lou Woo Woo TV. What's up, fam? I dig the name. Lou Woo Woo. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. My favorite found footage film is The Last Exorcism Part 1.
Not sure.
I don't do exorcism. Like I don't do any movies about possessions and exorcisms, and I did see The Exorcist. I did see The Exorcist a long time ago. That's as far as I go. Oh, I did watch The Conjuring. I think I watched both of them. 1 and 2 of The Conjuring, but yeah, I don't do those possession movies though, man.
Yeah.
You know, all that stuff where the devil jumps in you, like, ah, you mother sucks cocks in hell.
Yeah.
Uh,
Nah.
yeah, the first Exorcist is as far as I go, man.
Right.
So you got a couple more here. I nearly disowned Mike when you said Lost Boys was overrated. A lot of people got mad at you, man. Hey, but I don't know. Maybe it's one of those movies where you had to be there at the time when it dropped because at the time it was a very, very popular film, you know. And I've shown it to my kids, and my daughter watched it. I showed it to my son recently, which my daughter got mad at me for showing it to him because she felt like it was too early for him to watch it. I said, he's 6. I said, that boy's 6. I said, he's got hair in his nuts. He's a man. He can handle it. She's like, well, Dad, that's how I got traumatized. You showed it to me at too early of age. I said, oh, girl, shit, ain't nothing wrong with you. You're okay. Yeah. It's about, don't show him stuff like that. I said, you forget that I'm the parent?
Right.
You know, she act like that's her child. Right. Matt Reeves is a friend of J.J. Abrams who produced Cloverfield. Okay. He would then do Dawn of the Apes and the Batman. Yeah, that's my shit. Yeah, I love Dawn of the Apes and I love the Batman.
Damn.
Yes, sir. I love exorcism films. I find it so, no, don't do that.
Yeah, I like those films. Yeah.
Like demon possessions and stuff like that.
Yeah, like I'm up for any horror, but I
you know what?
Where people get decapitated.
Yeah, well, you know what? I did watch that when last time I watched The Exorcist years ago. I remember laughing at you've seen The Exorcist, right? The OG, the original.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. The scene where the very end where the young priest comes into the room and the old priest is on the ground dead, and the girl's up there. She's like like laughing. He says, "You son of a bitch!" And he goes to beating the shit out of her, right?
Yeah.
He's like, take me. And that shit jumped in him. He's just like,
yeah.
It jumps out the window. I was rolling, man. The fact that he was on top of this little girl beating the shit out of her, and she's like talking shit like, "Get the fuck off me!" And I'm like, "What? Like, what am I watching?" Oh my goodness!
I love that movie though.
Oh, the first Exorcist, right? Yeah, that was some crazy shit, man. The trick to Lost Boys is take a shot whenever a character says Michael. Drink some of this, Michael. Be one of us. Right. Michael. Yeah, you're right. I love Lost Boys. That's a good movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Death by Stereo. Yeah, did you say you said you didn't like Corey Haim's character, right? Didn't you say that you didn't care for him?
It was annoying.
He was one of the best parts of the movie.
Nah.
Yeah,
I get away with him.
Oh man, well, when he found out that Michael was a vampire, when he didn't see his reflection, and he was like, "You're a vampire, Michael. My own brother, a goddamn shit-sucking vampire." Well, you wait till Mom finds out.
Yeah. He had a couple of funny one-liners, but I just didn't like him overall. Yeah.
Oh man, great stuff.
Yeah, I'd say it was a good movie. Like I would probably give it like a 7 out of 10.
Okay, it's still a passing grade. It's not failing.
Well, but for me, when I give any movie like a 7 out of 10, it's like it's a fun movie, but it's just one I'm like not in a rush to rewatch.
Right.
So it's still a fun movie. I still enjoyed it.
Wait a minute. Okay, so I forgot your rating system is out of 10. So when you said so when you gave Conan a 2 or a 3, that's out of 10, not out of 5.
No. So I would usually rate them out of 10.
Okay.
But until like 2 videos ago, I'm starting to do star ratings out of 5.
Gotcha.
So Lost Boys, I would give like 3 out of 5.
Okay.
3.5 out of 5.
That's pretty good.
Right.
That's pretty good. Right. Okay, yeah. Because I almost had to check you. I said, wait a minute. So you gave Conan a 2 or 3 out of 10? Wait a minute.
No.
The vampire in the bath always scares the crap out of me. Oh yeah, when the dog. Yeah. Shout out to Nanook, man. Nanook was like the kind of dog that everybody needs in their life, man. Right. I say that was the most protective animal like ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bit the shit out of Michael, you know.
Right.
You know, and the funny thing about it, Sam was more concerned about the dog than he was his own brother. Because remember, he was sitting there with his hand bleeding, and he's like, "What happened?" He says, "Nanook. What about Nanook? What'd you do to my dog, you asshole? I'm like, don't see your brother sitting there bleeding. Oh man.
Hey, I'd be the same.
Really?
The dogs come first.
Oh man, so wait, so if your brother's sitting there with his hand all bit up, right? And then he says, like, yo, Mike, man, the dog. He's like, what about my dog? What you do to him, you asshole? You would check on the dog first before your brother?
Yeah, like it'd probably be like that, and I'd be like, "Where's Nook?"
You know what? I gotta say, my brother would do this. I have a younger brother too, man. My brother would do the same thing. My brother loves dogs, and he will fight you if he ever finds out that you did anything to a dog and mistreats a dog. Like he gets like really hurt, you know, to the point he wants to fight you. Yeah,
same.
Oh man, are you about to wrap this up here? Don't sell out.
I love them, but you know, anyone who's owned a pet or has a pet, the pets come first.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Any situation.
Yeah, shout out to Perez too, man. Perez lost his family dog, man, and he's going through it with that. So I noticed, like, I've lost 2 pets in my life, man, and it's hard. I lost a dog and a cat. You know, so the dog we had for like 10 years, and he had some kind of cancer, man, and he suffered like in his last days, man. So it was heartbreaking for all of us. We had the cat for like 20 years, so old age just took him, you know. So we're all sitting there hugging and crying and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because they're more than animals, they're members of your family, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so it's tough when they pass on. It's been a great live stream, guy. Oh yeah, for sure. So all right, so Commando for me. Commando gets an easy A+ for me. I don't give a damn about criticism and, you know, like, Rashad, how can you put that up? No, Commando for me gets an A+ in my book. One of Arnold's best. Go.
Yeah, I think out of 5 stars, I would probably give it 4.
Okay.
4 out of 5. Yeah, I think for most part, it's a solid movie. It's entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, there's the tiny bits where it's like it's still 80s, but yeah, I don't know. I just had a really fun time with it.
It's the most 80s movie that Arnold has. Okay, like you look at the Predator. The Predator, though, you know, it has some 80s cheese to it, but Predator's kind of like a timeless classic where you can watch it in any generation, right? Commando is specifically a product of its time. It's in the 80s. It belongs in the 80s, but you can watch it today and just have a great time with it. So yeah, it's the most 80s movie that he has. I say the Terminator also. The Terminator is as 80s as you can get. You know, from the techno, the punk culture. There's a lot of punk stuff in there. You know what I mean? Like spikes and stuff like that. So yeah. So 4 out of 5 for you and A+ for me. So there you have it. So the superior film, of course, is Commando over Conan the Barbarian. But props to Conan the Barbarian, because had Conan the Barbarian been a flop, we would not have got a Commando. You know what I'm saying? So we got to give respect to that. And then Tulsa Doom. Okay, so as a villain, Tulsa Doom or Bennett?
Tulsa Doom.
Okay.
But Bennett's no match for Arnold, whereas Tulsa Doom at least had some match for Arnold.
Right. Yeah, I mean, but he's still chicken. At least Bennett fought Arnold. At least Bennett tried to, you know, kill him. You know, like when when Tulsa Doom got caught, it's like, my child, you've come to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He tried to use his hypnosis, his power of persuasion to try to get him. And Arnold, like, he was falling for it for a second. He was like, shit, he's right. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't. Wait a minute, what am I doing? And he looked like, what the fuck? And clocked his ass. You know? All right. So yeah, so there you have it. That's our double feature review plus horror talk. And like we kind of had an episode of Z Talks on here for a moment. Right. So once again, y'all, anybody here that is not familiar with Mike from Did You See That, check him out at the link is in the description. So he also has we do it weekly, right? The Z Talks, you do it weekly live stream. Okay.
Yeah, every Thursday, but for the next kind of 2-3 Thursdays, it's not going to be on because I'm in Florida. So but for everyone who's interested in Rashad as well, this week on the channel, Rashad's going to be joining me on Terrifier movie collab. Yeah. So definitely check that out.
Yes. I still have my poker face, so I'm not. So you don't know whether I like it or not. All right. So so Mike, thank you for coming in, bro. So our next double feature is gonna be what I say is gonna be again. Predator and the Running Man.
And Running Man, okay.
Okay, both released in the same year. Yep, that was a good year.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah. Predator I think was released that summer, and the Running Man was released a little bit after that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's the next double feature. Then we're gonna jump back to Stallone after that with Cobra and Over the Top.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No doubt, man. No doubt. So everybody, thank you for joining. We're about to head on out of here. Rashad G, Mike from Did You See That?
Yeah.
See you in the next video.
Bye.